Greetings, travelers, and welcome back to TolkienCraft 2. Nope, video didn't stop. I was just playing around. So, how's everybody doing today? Get out of this. First person always throws me off. So, finished up some stuff well off camera. Got all just had a brain fart. The XP collection and everything, and just kind of tidying up around here. So today we're just going to start working on the room for Ars Magica, and while we're doing that, we're going to do a little bit of Q&A, because I've had several questions over time that I kind of want to answer. Some related to the mod pack, some related to me. Here, oh no, you know what? Yeah, we're going to use hammer. And we're just going to answer, but let me first double check. I already had this kind of figured out, but I want to plan it out. So here is 92 and 61. Okay. So we'll go here. 92. That's the wall. The wall's right here. So let's go here and here. Alright, so get this going first. And I want to keep it pretty much how I have there. That's 4 high. And 3 wide. Okay. So alright, so the first question, we're going, yeah, we're 3 deep. Okay, so the first question relates to my choice for the particular theme. Should be pretty obvious. Sorry, I'm just double checking as I go through, because I really want it to stay uniform. Pretty obvious that Lord of the Rings is one of my, well, Tolkien in particular is absolutely my favorite author of all time. That being said, I have actually read the books for Lord of the Rings, pretty much Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Oops, I needed to go up one on that one. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, pretty much at least once a year, because I really do enjoy the books, which tends to make it easy for me when putting this pack together, because, well, it's something I know very much about, and as a result, makes it easy to come up with ideas. In the case of Tegan, who has been helping me lately, oh, there's the wall, so we want to keep it there. Okay, so she actually has purchased a lot of the extended books and stuff that people have written for stories around and outside, as well as a lot of the books that Christopher Tolkien wrote. So that's where we're getting the information for this stuff, because, you know, I've mentioned a few times, but the time frame for this pack is approximately the 30 years before the events that happen in The Lord of the Rings. Okay? But yes, as far as literature goes and fantasy fiction, Tolkien is by far my absolute favorite author. And, you know, some of the other ones I like, Tracy Hickman does a lot of the Dragonlance series. I'm just a real big fan of fantasy fiction overall, actually. So, I walk and chew gum. That's what I seem to be having difficulty with. I gotta go 26, so 20 more. There we go, that should be enough. Some of the ideas I have were based off of playing other role-playing games, World of Warcraft, of course Lord of the Rings Online, some smaller free-to-play games. I have played a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons Online, but you know, the quest ideas, I kind of taken a little bit from all of them. And let's be honest, a lot of video game quests end up being pretty much the same. Just the theme is different based on the game you're playing. 5. So I need 21. 20. Some of the other issues I keep hearing. That's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so that should be 26, which is what I want. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, so I need to go one more. And then 28 because I got to do the wall. Really? So let's see. Okay. First of all, for quest bosses, this is one that comes up very frequently. I can't hit the quest boss. I would say 99% of them of those that come through, it is one of 3 things that are the cause. Ooh. Hey, what? Stop hitting me. Now, where did you spawn at? You shouldn't be able to spawn anywhere in here unless they spawn in the air like a bat. Huh. 1, you're not on the quest yet. You may think you are, but you're not. 2, you have not turned on command blocks, which is typically the issue, especially if it's on a server. You haven't turned the command or allowed command blocks to be on the server, which a lot of the functions for the quests require that because that's how they work as if they are a command block. That's 2, and the third one, you know, in the case that neither one of those apply, but you still can't hit the bosses and you are on the quest, that is why I made Elm on the docks. You go, you talk to him, and he fixes it for you so that you can once again begin to beat the bloody heck out of the bosses. That was because when the first 2 did not count... Oh, I did that perfect. Without even thinking about it. Excellent. When the first 2 do not apply, that was what I found was the only way to really fix it to ensure it, because could not identify what the actual cause was. So I have a lot of blocks in here. So that said, Elm can reset your quest progress. And I got a lot of stuff I got to clean out of that storage. So talk to him, he'll fix whatever ails you. Sometimes also, just to reaffirm, because of the way that they work, sometimes if there's tick lag, quests may either be delayed or fail to fire. Most of the quests that's important that it affects, I have put in fail-safes. Again, talking to Elm, he is the one that I use to pick or fix most of those issues. Oh, I'm getting some server lag today. Alright, next question was regarding other mod packs. Primarily, this is the mod pack I work on. I've had the most fun with it. As you can tell, I've put a lot of work into it, a lot of love and time. But there is a couple of others I've helped on or am working on. One that I am working on, and it's kind of slowed to a crawl, mainly because of a variety of issues, but just suffice to say it's slowed to a crawl, is Fallcraft. That was supposed to be a Fallout themed mod pack, and unlike most mod packs, the intention is to actually be an adventure map in modded Minecraft. Still working on it, not sure when that's going to come into existence, but it's still being worked on. You can see it on GitHub. Next part, as far as TolkienCraft, I know 1.8.9 is now very much a thing. There are a number of mods being built and updated to 1.8.9. As such, we're basically in the discussion planning stages, but it looks very... Why did I get... Oh, I need to eat. I keep forgetting about that. It looks very much likely that there will be a TolkienCraft 3. And just like 2 was different than 1, 3 will be different than 2. Still set in the lands of Middle-earth, but the storyline, that's part of the discussion we're coming up with, is just where and when do we want to pick up. This question comes up. I've also been working on this particular mod pack now for over 2 years. That's why I say it is a labor of love, and I still enjoy it even at this point after having played it, or been working on it for so long. I still very much enjoy doing it. 5, 6, 7. So, and really quite, we even got a content update still planned that should be out. I don't want to say, well, the goal is April, but don't hold me to that, because very much could very easily change based on how events play out. Okay. But overall, the pack will continue to be updated so long as there are mods that are updating. Once they've all officially moved over to 1.8.9 and the updates pretty much I don't have an excavator. Really? I thought I did. Okay then. I'll just use my regular shovel. At such point as they stop updating, then of course, I can't update the mod pack, and that's pretty much when that will bring the pack to an end. Don't know when that's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it is a when, because, well, let's be honest, everybody's moving on. You can't stay on the one version forever, and I get that. But I also do not know when or if that's going to factor into how this pack progresses. I'm just trying to think of some other things. Waitlisted server. It is by application only. If you have applied, good. If you haven't, you're welcome to. Just keep in mind, either way, a waitlisted server is actually pretty popular. So I have probably 200 applications. Now, there's a lot of them that will probably not get chosen. I'll be honest there. But the ones that will get chosen, I generally... It's broken. I need to actually go and fix it now. Excuse me. The ones that do get chosen, effectively when a slot opens up, and it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody quits. As players that are on it become inactive, move on to other things, which is understandable. I mean, not everybody plays the game forever. Gotta wait for that to load. That opens up a slot, and then I can add in a couple more people. So, a lot of it is based on when that happens, as far as the people that are already currently whitelisted. So don't lose heart. It still happens. it takes some time because of how often people come and go. I usually tend to do it in batches too, so I'll do, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a time. Do I have any manulin? Oh, I don't. Ardite. I do have Ardite and Cobalt though, I think. Ardite. Let's just do ore. Nope. Take 2. So, just be patient. It will happen. How did I have an emerald in there? How weird. So that's pretty much it as far as the server goes. Now, as far as the members of the server, as you can see from the last content update, there was an area that was added to Middle Earth that was a player build from the server. Not everybody gets chosen, but if there's a particularly nice build like the Elven build we went and visited the other day, that's one that potentially could end up in a content update. I don't necessarily have to add strictly the world, the cities and towns that existed within the lore. Why not flesh it out and add them for other cities just so that there's places for people to go to? And that's generally the mentality. It's going to take for a while. Now, length of time I have been playing this pack. Oh, well, not this pack. Just Minecraft in general. Well, since 1.2.5. So about 4 years? A little more? My brother showed it to me. Fell in love with it. I've been playing it ever since. And then about 1.4.7 is when I got into mods. I ran across Direwolf20 in his videos, saw what he was doing with modded Minecraft, fell in love with it, and have not turned back. Every once in a while I'll play vanilla to see the new features as they add them, but for the most part I don't play. Oh, well, it's a good thing that was already there. I don't play vanilla. I have Ardite and Cobalt. Alrighty then. I wonder if I should make some more. I think so. Repairs Cobalt, so I need Cobalt, not Manulin. Alright, well, messed that one up. Go here. And that should fix it enough to continue doing what I'm doing. Anyway, so I do have my moments where I may not play for a week or two because of just either ran out of ideas or just not feeling it. But pretty much continuous for all that time I've been playing this game. Yeah, of course. Die, spiders. Okay. Other questions? Sorry, I got kind of zoned out there for a second. Just mining, which tends to happen, which is why I don't do it too much on camera. I am married. I do have a wife and children. Very happy household, actually, for the most part. No different than pretty much any other household. Streaming, that's part of the reason why I was streaming. I only do it about once a week, is because in order to appease said family, I only do it once a week because otherwise, doing it more times requires them to, let's be honest, they would have to be completely quiet because I try not to have too much background noise while I'm streaming. And it's just easier to keep it to once a week because it's easier for everybody to cooperate that one time instead of others. Recording is done usually early in the morning while most everybody in the house is asleep, so as not to disturb them or me. The end desire is to someday have what I refer to as my man cave, where I can go and record and stream in peace at any time when I am not working. I do have a full-time job. YouTube for me it's fun. I do this because it's fun. I know you see a lot of YouTuber, people on YouTube that do this and the income and everything else, and I get that. Would it be nice to at some point have it where YouTube is my income? Absolutely. I would love to do this full time. But that is not my driving force for doing this. I do this because I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it because I have fun. That's why it doesn't matter to me whether I have 5 views or 500 views on a video, because it is strictly because I'm having fun doing this. I should have got in there. So that's why, when you come to the channel and you watch it, and I do want to thank everybody who subscribes or that watches. I appreciate it because it definitely, there comes a time, if I was doing this and still had like two subscribers, it'd be like, why am I continuing to post these when obviously nobody cares? The fact that you guys subscribe and like and comment on the videos, that motivates me to keep going. But it is not what dictates what I do on the channel, because I strictly do what's fun for me, because I am of the mindset, and have been forever, that if I am not having fun, then I don't want to do it. Which, to be honest, that's the way it should be. I realize there's YouTubers that do stuff strictly for the views. I'm not, and do not intend on ever being one of those, because, again, if you're not having fun doing what you're doing, don't do it. Quite honestly, that's all there is to it. Okay, that should be do. So if I go this way, that'll give me the ceiling I need, and the 7 high that I have been meaning to make sure that I have the entire time I'm here. So yeah, that's why I continue to do it. It's the same thing with the mod pack. I'm doing the mod pack because I'm having fun doing it. Not because I'm obligated, not because of requests. That's why I don't make changes too much based on requests, because I'm doing what I feel I'm having fun with. And that's pretty much what I think the vast majority of people... Oops, too many... Yeah, we'll work on that later. Anyway. That's why I got the pick still. Oh, we'll keep that there. Keep that here. Move this over here, because those are the 3 blocks I'm keeping. And that would be my suggestion to anybody that wants to get on YouTube. Same thing. Do what you love doing. Record, post videos for what you love to do. And, if people like it, they'll watch too. If they don't, they won't watch. It's not like you're a big, giant TV executive where everything you do has to have a certain rating. If you're not enjoying yourself, then stop doing it, for God's sakes. Please. Alright. That said, TolkienCraft, I have found probably about, I want to say, between 20 and 30 different channels now that have had people playing the mod pack, which to them I say thank you very much. The single biggest mistake I see on said videos when people are playing is there's, when they're used to HQM packs, they're not used to this pack because, of course, as many of you who've played it have seen, it does not revolve solely around HQM, just like it does not solely revolve around custom NPCs. But it is the combination of the two, and that is what tends to throw people off. Despite my efforts to point out as well as I can without ruining the story, that both are required to play. I think a lot of it is they just don't want to read, which, I can't force that. But yeah, that would be the single biggest issue I see with everybody, is they either get started on HQM and then they figure that's it, or they get confused because of the way I had to use HQM with custom NPCs, because unfortunately they do not link, which is something I have put in a request for, but to date has still not happened. Don't know that it ever will, but it has been put in. So there's that. It's taking a lot longer than I expected. So let me finish up the roof here. There is an FAQ. For those of you who haven't found it that are watching this video, the FAQ is at the GitHub for this pack, which you can find from the FTP forum, because I have it kept listed there. If you're playing this through CurseForge, there's also a listing on CurseForge. That is the issues link. But that is where you're going to want to go in order to see the FAQ. If there's any other questions that are not there, please, by all means, let me know, because I'm going to go here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, because we want to have one down. But yeah, let me know, and I think I want to do something like this, though, because of what I've got planned for Ars Magica. Oops. Oops. So, if you do have any comments, questions, concerns, again, don't forget to leave the comments in the section below. Like and subscribe to videos really helps. Not necessarily in the way that most YouTubers, but for me it helps because it sees that you guys are still interested. But thank you guys all for coming by, and you guys all have a great day.